month's episode of the RAM Rundown, where we bring you the latest from our school, the community, and beyond.
We've got an exciting lineup for you today, from Women's History Month reflections to our cheerleaders heading to nationals. So let's dive right in.
March is Women's History Month, a time to celebrate the achievements, resilience, and strength of women throughout history.
We've asked some of our amazing teachers about what Women's History Month means to them and the importance of empowering women. Here's what they had to say.
Feminism to me means equal standards and opportunities for women. It doesn't mean that we're better than men or that men do anything wrong. It just means equal chances to employment, to education, and also the same standards. For instance, I've been asked a lot of times when I'm working, who's watching your kids for you? And I don't think their father ever gets asked that question.
Feminism means to me basically like the equality of all genders. Some people think that it's just about women, but it's literally for anyone to be treated equally and to make sure that everybody has a fair opportunity.
So I think the meaning of feminism has evolved over many, many years. I think that what used to be seen as an opportunity for women to claim a voice has now kind of evolved to be about equality. It really is about everyone having an equal say, an equal opportunity, an equal voice, and like a partnership with all people, kind of working together. That's really what it means to me now.
Feminism means equity between females and males.
I look up to my mom because my mom is she's so strong and she makes it so my life is easier.
My favorite female role model is my grandmother.
For me, it would be my mom. My mom was born before the Great Depression. She was born in the 1920s. She saw a lot in her life. She lived through the Depression. She lived through World War II, where my dad fought. She saw a lot of changes in life.
My grandmother is super inspiring. She was the mother of 6 children, and when her youngest was in grade school, she attended law school, and she graduated top of her class at Fordham Law.
There's so much to celebrate this month.
Absolutely. And remember, empowerment isn't just history. It's something we build every day.
It's been a long road since the pandemic first turned school life upside down.
From online classes to social distancing, we've seen a lot of changes. But how has the school community adapted and grown from these experiences? Let's bring it to Camilo and Kevin to see how.
March 13, 2020, West Hempstead Secondary School, along with many others across the country, were forced to shut down because of COVID-19.
COVID affected all aspects of our lives, but left a major impact on our education system.
Definitely. In fact, according to a Harvard study, in some parts of the country, students have fallen back up to a year and a half in certain subjects.
We asked our school counselors, how can the effects of COVID be seen in college applications?
Post-COVID, have you seen a difference in SAT scores and overall strengths in students' college applications?
I have seen a change in SAT scores because more and more schools have chosen to go test optional. So that has changed students' application choices based on whether they want to choose a school to send their scores or choose a school to not send their scores. And in terms of the strength of their college application, it really hasn't changed tremendously since we were still able to learn during COVID virtually.
And in your opinion, how has COVID changed education and the way students learn?
I think it's changed education because virtually it's hard to build that social skill connection. So I think a lot of students lack the social skills due to being behind a screen and being virtual for so long. And then I also think some foundational skills were missing because they're better done in person.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Wow, that's interesting.
The pandemic didn't just hurt students' grades, though, but also their mental capacities.
That's true. According to the ACSA, students have quote-unquote increased apathy and lack of motivation.
That's exactly what we talked about with the principal of the West Hempstead Secondary School, Mr. Pumo.
What are the biggest changes to our student body that you have observed in our school post-COVID? How is it different than before COVID?
I think depending on how old a student was when they experienced COVID, I think that had a big impact on their development, where they were in that stage of their life. I think that it did impact students, particularly in their ability to interact and social. It changed the way people socialize with each other.
Technology plays a big part in your students' lives, both inside and outside of school. How do you think that we can use technology to help our students in a positive way, both inside and outside of school?
Like you had mentioned, technology is a tool, and when tools are used appropriately, they are able to help people, and when they're used inappropriately, it's detrimental to people. An example of that would be social media. I think social media does have its power, but it does have a great responsibility that comes with that social media, because people have a lot of influence based on the number of followers that they have. Also, the research on the amount of time students spend on social media and their smartphones, and the development it has on, and the impact that it has on brain development. So I do think that minimizing or limiting social media use would be beneficial for students and adults, everybody, and I do think that technology such as artificial intelligence, once again, is when used appropriately as a tool, can really be beneficial, but it should be used to enhance your own thoughts and not as to replace your thoughts, which would be considered plagiarism.
I just want to ask you one more.
Sure.
Post-COVID, have you noticed any drastic changes in students' attendance and especially dress code issues?
Attendance, yes. Prior to COVID, our attendance or chronic absentee rate was lower than it currently is. And what is considered chronically absent is a student who misses 10% or more of their school. And while that's not just a West Hempstead issue, nationally that is an issue. After COVID, there has been an increase in students not attending school as frequently as they should have. As far as the dress code, no, I have not seen or witnessed an impact that COVID has specifically had on the dress code.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
I think we could all agree that we are guilty of contributing to some of these problems.
However, we also feel it's important to find perspective from both sides of this story, which is why we asked students how they felt COVID has affected their schooling ability.
During COVID, it was hard to communicate and, socialize because everybody was online. You were online with your friends, your teachers, couldn't really talk to them in person. So when we came back to school, or when we had like every other day, you would come back to school and you were learning. It was hard because if you didn't understand what you were learning about, you couldn't really ask the teacher because it was that long that you had talked to another person like in person before. So yeah, that's why after COVID, it really, socially, everything went down. So yeah.
Okay, for me, I feel like because we were online, like I didn't take it as seriously. So I thought it was just like I could show up whenever, and I feel like that really affected my work ethic. So like now, like I struggle with procrastination and just being able to get things in on time, and I feel like that's definitely because of COVID.
The effects of COVID still echo through our classrooms. It's clear that our students, faculty, continue to face these challenges head on.
Despite all we've gone through, the strength and determination of our school community shines through.
While the road ahead still may have its challenges, together we continue to move forward stronger and more resilient than ever.
One thing's for sure, our school has shown incredible resilience and we continue to move forward stronger than ever.
Now, let's talk about some serious school spirit. Our cheerleading team has made it to nationals.
We caught up with the team to hear about their hard work, dedication, and how they felt about heading to the big stage with a special interview with one of our cheerleaders on our show.
Good morning, West Hempstead, and welcome to the Sports Rundown, here with your latest sports news.
Hey Romello, have you heard what's going on with the cheerleaders?
Not really. Let's hear about it.
Well, after weeks of hard work, the Ram cheerleaders made their way down to nationals, all the way down in Orlando, Florida.
Oh, really? Now, how did they get into nationals?
I don't actually know. Let's go talk to one of our cheerleaders. Hey guys, so I'm Ariana. I'm here with Natasha. She is on the cheer team for West Hempstead. And they just recently went to nationals, so I just have a couple questions for her about Florida and how that was. So exactly, how was Florida?
Honestly, it was a really great time for me, especially considering that was my first time ever in Florida going to Disney, so I think that it was a really great experience.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. Florida is just so nice. You get a break from this terrible weather here. What were some key moments of your trip?
Honestly, aside from competing, we went to a lot of different amusement parks. We went to Epcot, we saw the Epcot ball, ate a lot of food there. Another day we went to Hollywood Studios and we stayed after hours until 1 a.m. in the morning. We went on all the cool rides like Tower of Terror, all that cool stuff. We also went to Animal Kingdom, very nature-esque. The Avatar ride, amazing.
Oh yeah, I love the Avatar rides. Oh my god,
The best one.
yeah, it's the best ride there. If you go to Magic Kingdom, oh my god, Animal Kingdom, go on the Avatar ride.
And we also did go to Magic Kingdom, and we saw the fireworks in front of the Disney Castle, went on rides, everything. The nice experience.
That sounds amazing. Well, so you're there for nationals. So let's talk about nationals a little bit. How was that?
So unfortunately, we didn't advance to semis by 0.1 because we performed the best we ever had. It was great. There was really no mistakes, but I guess some teams were just a little bit more complex than us. But overall, I had a great time competing, and I'm glad I got to do it.
That sounds amazing. Yeah, it's such a bummer that you guys couldn't make it to semis, but you know what? You got next year. Well, that wraps it up. Thank you for being here. That's your medal.
Well, that wraps up the sports rundown. Back to you, Jackie and Victoria.
We are so proud of our cheer team. We can't wait to see what they accomplish next season.
And now, let's take a little stroll with Hillary and Lily because our St. Patty's Walk and Talk is coming up.
Welcome back to Walk and Talk. I'm Lily. And this is Hillary. And today, in spirit of St. Patrick's Day, we're going to be asking people what would be at the end of their rainbow.
A genie that could grant me 3 wishes.
I would say a trip to Europe.
A spa vacation somewhere.
A Stanley Cup for the New York Islanders.
Probably a passenger plane.
I gotta say one of my dream cars, so any BMW, I guess.
Definitely a bowl of cornflakes. I really love cornflakes. At the end of my rainbow, I'd have a Porsche 911 GTR 3.
A Porsche.
What would be at the end of my rainbow would be a McLaren.
For everyone to watch the Ram Rundown.
Speaking of spirit, nothing feels school spirit like a good cup of coffee. Have you checked out the Haven?
It's the spot to grab your morning brew, support student entrepreneurs, and enjoy some delicious treats. Let's take a peek inside.
Welcome to The Haven, a student-run business with a mission beyond just food. Here at West Hempstead Secondary School, The Haven is more than just a cafe. It is a space where inclusion, opportunity, and entrepreneurship come together. Let's hear from one of our teachers, Miss Rogers, on how The Haven all began. So how did the idea of The Haven come about?
The idea of the Haven came about because we were looking for something that was functional for our students to learn money skills and different kind of life skills. So we started as a coffee cart and we've expanded from there.
At The Haven, students take the lead in making and selling delicious goods for our school community. They gain valuable hands-on experience from making coffee and baking to handling transactions. Let's hear from one of our Ram Cafe workers on their favorite part about working at The Haven. What is your favorite part about working at The Haven?
My favorite part about working at the Haven is the cash register, because I love dealing with money.
The Haven is about empowerment. Every order supports a program that gives students real-world job experience, builds confidence, and strengthens our community. Recently known as the Ram Cafe, let's find out how The Haven got its new name. Why did you guys change names from the Ram Cafe to The Haven?
When we started, we named it the Ram Cafe because we were mainly coffee and baked treats. But since then, we have expanded and we have a lot more things. So we changed to the Haven, and our students helped us come up with the name because Haven is where a ram lives. It also means a safe place. So we thought that was a really great place for everybody to want to come.
Thanks to the overwhelming support from our school community, The Haven is expanding. Let's find out about its new location.
I heard you guys were expanding to a new room. Tell us more about it.
Yeah, we're moving down to the storefront downstairs on the first floor, so we give it easier access for the kids to come out of the lunchroom. And we're also expanding with local businesses in the community to partner with local coffee shops to help our kids learn more barista skills. So it's really exciting.
The Haven is more than just a school business. It's a movement. And with your support, we're just getting started. So the next time you're hungry, stop by The Haven, where every treat makes a difference.
Love it. I'll take a Haven special, please.
Make that too. Well, that's a wrap for today's episode of the Ram Rundown. Thank you for tuning in.
Stay on the lookout for more episodes. Have a great day, West Hempstead.